Hey guys, I'm back with another reading today. So I pulled one card to see what the topic of the reading was going to be because I just felt inspired to turn on the camera and do a reading, but I was like, I don't even know what this is going to be about. So I pulled a card and we got the 10 of Pentacles. So this is what Spirit wants to talk to you about today. So I'm feeling like I'm getting such good vibes. Even the last video that I uploaded, I feel like there's so many good things that are going to be coming in 2024. We just, yesterday, I believe, or it's today, I'm not sure, but it was the Lunar New Year, and 2024 is the year of the dragon, which is really, really auspicious. It's really lucky. It's really prosperous and abundant. And that energy is coming through with this 10 of Pentacles. Like, there's something that you're going to be working on that's going to be really successful. Your job or your career is going to go really well this year. You could be graduating from school or maybe going back to school or something like this. I'm seeing a lot of stability coming this year. It's like your hard work is finally paying off, and now you're reaching that pinnacle moment where you're finally able to really celebrate and enjoy the fruits of your labor, because I feel like you've been working for so long and so hard. You've been really dedicated. You've been through the challenges and you still got up and like fought through it. And it's like there's going to be a really big reward coming. I'm also seeing like because I'm seeing the Four of Wands too, so I feel like there's going to be a lot of celebrations. Like, I'm seeing big parties with a lot of people, like family, or parties with friends, parties with like co-workers. Actually, you know what I'm seeing? I don't know if you've ever watched the show Selling Sunset, but you know when they have their like brokers open? I'm seeing parties like that. So you could be getting a new home, okay? You could be moving or building your home, getting another property or something like this, but there's a lot of focus around the home that I'm getting. This could even be just like redecorating or like revamping things. Maybe you're redoing your landscaping, or you're just making your home feel more like a sanctuary. I also just heard hostess with the mostess, so you could be like, yeah, like throwing a lot of parties, having more people like come into your home and like welcoming people. There's a coziness and like a really, really good energy that I'm picking up here. So let's get a few more cards to see what else Spirit wants to say about this. So Spirit, can you clarify this 10 of Pentacles? What is the message, please, about the collective who is watching this video that they need to hear? Okay, so we have the Hierophant. I feel like you've been really committed to something. This could be... Okay, this is actually coming through as a really strong commitment to self. A very strong commitment to self is what I'm getting. I feel like you've been really working hard to overcome certain limiting beliefs, or it could be an insecurity, something that's been holding you back from really going after what it is that you want. Like, maybe you have been working on something for a while, but at the same time, you've kind of been battling some things internally, like like an insecurity or imposter syndrome or doubts or, you know, procrastination, you know, whatever it is. But I feel like because you've been working through that and overcoming it, it's this commitment to self that is really what's going to allow you to experience this abundance and the success in the external world. Right? Because what we experience in our outer reality is a reflection of what we experience in our inner reality. So I feel like there's going to be like a breakthrough that's coming with this. Something that maybe you've been struggling with for a while. Okay. We also have, let's see, so we have the Two of Swords. Yeah. It does feel like an internal battle. It's like your heart is saying one thing, your head is saying another, and it's like, who do I listen to? Who do I believe? And I feel like while you've been dealing with this, you've also been working on something materially, like a project or a job or your own business or your studies. It's like there's two things that have been going on at once, and I feel like it's been extra hard for you, and it may even feel like things have been moving even slower because it's like, not only am I, going to school and I'm working and I'm trying to start my own business and I'm trying to provide for my family, but I'm also trying to like work through all of these things that are going on inside of my head, going through healing, trying to discover like who I really am, what makes me happy, what am I passionate about. And you may feel like you haven't been making any progress, but you've been making so much progress, because we also have the Four of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles here. And I have this Ten of Pentacles right in front of me, and I keep staring at it, and it's like you're getting closer and closer to this finish line, but you don't see that yet. And I think it's going to come as a really big surprise. You may have been keeping to yourself more with this Four of Pentacles because you've been busy, okay? I can see that. Like, physically you've been busy, mentally and emotionally and energetically you've been busy. And very soon you're going to be receiving back because you've been putting so much out there, and now it's time for you to start receiving too, okay? Because the next card that came out is a Star, as well as Justice. Okay, so this is a really big wish fulfillment. This is the universe setting things right for you. This is good karma coming back to you. This is reaping what you've sown, okay? So there's something that you've been really dreaming about, something that's been on your heart, something that you've also been physically working towards, or doing your best to work towards despite whatever challenges and obstacles you've been facing. And it's like the universe is going to deliver this. It's going to come through. And with the Queen of Cups here, it's like, it's really something that you feel so deeply about. It may not seem like a big deal to other people, but to you, it's a big deal. Some people may be like, I don't even know why you're so obsessed with this, or like why you want this so much. Like, it's just this, or it's just that. And it's like, maybe that's something that you've been struggling with, is like other people not understanding or not being as supportive as you would like them to be. And it's like, despite, I just keep getting this message of, it's like, despite all of that, you've decided to keep moving forward one step at a time, because it's important to you. It's what you believe in. It's what you feel is right for you. It's what you feel, what would make you so happy and fulfilled and magical. And so you're really being commended for this, because it's not easy to move forward in the face of adversity, and it's not easy to, feel like you're going at it alone, which you may have felt that way. We have the Seven of Cups on the back of the deck. Yeah, it's like there's all these pretty options, and it really requires you to know yourself on a deep level to know which of these options are going to make me the happiest. And it can be hard when, everyone's picking this cup here, but the cup that really speaks to you is this one. It's hard to go down a different path. It's hard to choose the path that feels right to you, but that's what you've been doing, and you're going to be rewarded handsomely, is what I'm hearing. Wow. Wow, okay. So we just had the Tower coming out. So can you clarify the Tower, Spirit? Why do we have the Tower? Okay, thank you. Okay, so we have the Knight of Wands, the Hanged Man, and the Seven of Swords. You may have gone through a really difficult moment or experience situation, because we also have the Ten of Swords on the back of the deck. And this shakeup moment really caused you to reassess the path you were on and where you were going. And from this moment, you probably chose something different. I'm almost getting, actually, that you may have seen someone else go through a really difficult experience and see how their actions led them to where they are and the consequences that they had to deal with. And it may have been a really big wake-up call for you. I just saw 11:11 on the timer. It was a really big wake-up call for you to be like, whoa, like, is that going to happen to me if I continue down this path? Like, am I going to be in that situation? Or like, in 5 years, 10 years from now, when I wake up in the morning, like, is that what my life is going to be like? And I feel like you really reassess the path that you were going, and you decided that, you know what, I'm going to take some time out to really figure out what I believe in and what makes me happy and what makes me feel fulfilled, what feels good for me, because I deserve to live that life. And I don't want to live this lie, or I don't want to wear this persona or be this person who doesn't even really feel like me. So I feel like you've been learning a lot about yourself during this whole experience. And I feel like part of the reward, if you want to call it that, part of the Ten of Pentacles that you're getting, it is something physical. This is some kind of like tangible thing that you're going to experience. But I also feel like there's an element of it where it's like part of this reward is the inner journey that you've been on, seeing how far you've come, how different you are now compared to where you were when you started, but yet how much closer you are to your true self. Because I keep seeing the number 7. 7 is coming through a lot, and 7 is the number of wisdom, self-realization, self-actualization, self-awareness. And I feel like that's part of the journey that you've been on too. But I feel like now you're loving the direction that you're going in. It's like you're excited about it. Like, you're actually excited about it. I feel like a lot of us, sometimes, we wake up in the morning, and when you're not living a life that's in alignment with you, it's like you kind of dread waking up in the morning. You dread like getting on with your day. And it's like no one deserves to feel like that. And I feel like now you're actually starting to feel excited when you wake up. We have the Four of Wands at the back of the deck, and I can see the sun peeking through here. Wow. In front of the sun was actually the Ten of Cups too. Like, you're finding what makes you happy. Wow. Wow. Okay. So we also have the Wheel of Fortune and Death coming out. There are really, really big changes up ahead for you. But these are really positive changes. Wow. We have the World on the back of the deck too. You're closing out major cycles here with the Wheel of Fortune and the World. Okay. These are like really big eras of our life coming to an end. And it's because of all of this inner work that you've been doing. It's like through all of these challenges and difficulties, things that you had to walk away from, whether it was people or situations or a mindset or an insecurity, a fear, whatever it is, it's like you working through that and continually choosing you is creating so much change, and you're literally being launched into like a completely new timeline. So I want to find out exactly like what is this. I'm actually going to switch decks now. I want to know what's on the other side of these changes, basically. So I'm going to be using the Mermaid Tarot. And let's see, Spirit, what are these big changes? Okay, what's going on here? With the Wheel of Fortune, the World, and Death. What are these big changes? Wow. Okay. We have the Queen of Wands coming out, which is funny because underneath the Death, on the back of the deck, we also had the Queen of Wands. So you are turning into this person who is so powerful, so confident, so magnetic, so charismatic. This is like the kind of person that people can't take their eyes off of. This is the kind of person where you walk into a room and everyone's like, who is that? Okay, there's also this kind of like mysterious energy that I'm getting with this too. It's like very scorpionic, like, yeah, because we had that Four of Pentacles coming through before. I'm feeling like it's like you're letting your energy speak for itself. You're letting your actions speak for itself, and people are going to notice that. I'm also getting like really strong glow up energy here. So you could be working on your fitness. You could be improving your diet. You could be upgrading your self-care game. Okay. But I'm seeing like a glow up. Like I literally like, you know when women are pregnant and a lot of times people are like, oh, like they're just glowing. It's like, that's what I'm seeing, which that could be a specific message for someone out there. If you've been, wanting to have a child, that is a message that is coming through if it's resonant for you. But Queen of Wands, it's like she knows who the F she is, and she's not going to let anybody else tell her otherwise. It's like an unshakable core. Someone who's independent and not afraid to stand alone, because it's like, I know how strong I am. I know I can rely on myself, and I'm not afraid to ask for help. But if it's just me, I'm good. Like, I'm good. We also had the Fool on the back, so exactly, which is amazing because we had the World coming through and then we have the Fool coming through. So this is really just reiterating that there's going to be like a whole new chapter of your life that you're embarking on here. I'm also getting like if you've been wanting to start your own business or start a project or start a hobby, start a collaboration, this could even be something like, I've always wanted to, sign up for Pilates, but I was never confident enough to do it. Or I always wanted to go volunteer at this place, but I always felt like really shy and awkward, so I never did it. I feel like it's finally having the courage and the confidence to just go do all of those things that you've been wanting to do. Even if it's like, there's this restaurant that I've wanted to try, but none of my friends want to go, so I haven't gone. It's like, well, I'll just go by myself. Okay, we literally have the Ten of Pentacles coming out again. Okay, like, wow. I'm seeing a really beautiful community around you. And I'm also seeing the people who, earlier when I was talking about how like maybe you feel like there's been some people in your life who you thought would be supportive, but then haven't really been supportive in the way that you hope that they might be. I'm kind of seeing here that it's like, because your energy and your actions are starting to speak for themselves, it's like you're working in silence, you're moving in silence, and it's like things are happening and people are going to notice you. And when they start to notice you and your glow up and how different you are, they're going to realize that they were wrong and that they should have believed in you. And I'm feeling this like vindictive, is that the right word? Vindicated is the right word. This vindicated energy coming from you where it's like, yeah, you may have some people come back around and be like, you know what, like, you were right, and I didn't think that risk that you took was going to pay off. I didn't think it was, you know, anything was going to come for it, but you obviously saw something that I didn't, and I'm proud of you, or congratulations, you really deserve it. So it's not coming through in like a petty way of like, but it's like, I think people are really going to start seeing the truth behind what you've been doing, and it's actually going to really inspire them, and it's going to cause them to change their perspective, not just on you, but of themselves and what they believe is possible. But there's a lot of abundance here. You are going to have more than enough. Okay, so if you have debts that you need to pay off, you're going to be able to do that. You're going to have so much that you're going to be able to upgrade from whatever situation that you're in. So this could be like, I've been living in an apartment and now I can actually afford my own home. Or, you know, I'm moving from a 1-bedroom apartment to a 3-bedroom, 4-bathroom home or something like this. I'm just seeing upgrades. Even with like a vehicle, you may be getting a new vehicle as well, because I feel like you're going to be busy. And moving around a lot. But I'm also seeing like a lot of people coming to you, okay, because of this magnetism. It's like, yeah, you're going to be busy doing these things that you love, but you're not busy chasing after anything. It's like everything is just being magnetized and pulled into you. You're pulling in opportunities, you're pulling in connections, you're pulling in support, you're pulling in abundance. All of these things are going to come to you, and it's going to be effortless, and you don't have to like chase anything. What else can you tell us about these big changes? I'm also, this is very specific, but I was hearing matriarch of the family. So that could be like a role that you're stepping into, or maybe you'll be the main breadwinner of the household. Or you'll just, if that doesn't resonate, like you will be a very strong, what's the word? Icon? A strong figure that people in your family look up to, especially if you have like younger siblings, children, nieces, nephews, cousins, something like this. Even if they're not like chronologically younger than you, a lot of people are going to be looking up to you. I feel like you're going to be able to support not just yourself and your spouse if you have a spouse, or your children if you have children, but like you'll be in a position where you can also take care of your parents, or take care of your in-laws, or your grandparents, or something like this. Like there's intergenerational wealth that's possible, that's on your path. Okay, so take that if it resonates. But if not, there's something about leaving a legacy behind. Okay, whether this is within your family, or if you don't want kids or anything like that, then this is about leaving an imprint on the people in your community, the people who you interact with. People are really going to be inspired by you and this passion that you have. And the audacity to go after it, even when everybody was like, why are you swimming upstream? Like, why are you going against everything? And you're like, well, I'm a freaking salmon, and that's what salmon do. Okay, like, not everyone's a goldfish. Not everyone is, I can't think of any other fish, but you're like, I'm a freaking salmon, I'm gonna go against the stream, I'm strong, and it's really gonna show. Okay. Are there any other cards, Spirit? Advice, guidance, messages, please? Wow. We have the Six of Wands. Literally, keep doing what you're doing. Even if you feel like you don't know what you're doing, you're literally doing everything right, basically, is what they're saying. Allow yourself to be seen. The part of you that feels cringe or still kind of feels like, it's okay. Like, you're doing amazing. Keep working through it. We also have the Three of Pentacles on the back of the deck. So this is making me feel like not only are you teaching others really valuable lessons, but I also feel like you're learning a lot from people around you too. Maybe you have certain people that you're inspired by or you look up to. Maybe you have peers that you really want to collaborate with or work with or be friends with. Reach out to those people. Or if that's not possible, channel that energy. Let yourself be inspired. You don't have to come up with every solution on your own. Sometimes the solution already exists because someone else has figured it out, and it's okay to, borrow from them. Okay, we have the Knight of Wands again. So keep moving in the direction of your passions, the things that make you feel so excited. Also, if you're thinking about booking a trip or something like that, I'm feeling like that's a good idea. There's something about like getting a change of scenery or doing something that, yeah, it's like being outside of your usual schedule, outside of your usual frame of reference. That's really going to inspire you, and I feel like it's going to bring you clarity to maybe some solutions that you've been seeking, or getting a new idea that it's like, oh, that's exactly what I've been looking for. We have the King of Pentacles. Wow. We also have the Page of Swords. Yeah. And we have the Empress. Okay. So definitely with this King of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, and the Three of Pentacles that came up before, like I said, there's still a lot to learn. So be curious about that. I feel like we get overwhelmed really easily sometimes when we're trying to figure out what we need to do next or what the solution is or what's going on. So rather than feeling overwhelmed, dig deep into your confidence that you're going to figure it out. Everything's fine. And lean in with curiosity and take these opportunities to learn from different types of people. Learn from children, learn from your elders, learn from people of different backgrounds. Look in sources that you wouldn't normally look in. This could also be a sign about like if you've been thinking about taking a course or something like that, or just, buying that book to do some research or do some Googling, like I feel like there's information out there from a trusted source that's really going to help you either find the solution or get to that next step that you've been wanting to get to. And with the Empress, I'm really getting like, make sure that you're taking care of yourself on this journey too, because clearly you're doing the most. And I'm so proud of you, and I hope you're proud of you too. But really make sure that you're nurturing yourself during this time, okay? Make sure you're pouring back into you. Okay, sometimes self-care is taking a bubble bath and doing a face mask, but sometimes self-care is like just sitting down and being by yourself and being like, today, I'm not going to think about work. I'm not going to do work. I'm not going to think about all this stuff that I have to do. I'm going to relax. I'm gonna paint a picture. I'm gonna go for a walk. I'm gonna eat my favorite snacks. I'm gonna watch my favorite Disney movie, and I'm gonna go to bed at 7 o'clock. Okay, so it's like really tune into how you're feeling and let that be your guide. We know when it's time to take action and we know when it's time to fall back, but a lot of the times it's like we don't listen to that because of what we feel like we should be doing. You're not stuck, okay? You're not stuck with this Eight of Swords on the back. I feel like that's a message some of you need to hear. Maybe you feel like you've been doing so much, but like things just don't seem like they're moving forward. You're not stuck, okay? There's the Knight of Swords behind this. It's like things are moving and happening behind the scenes, and it's just a matter of time before you see your physical environment and the things around you start to change as well. So that's the message that's come through. I really hope that this has helped you in some way. Thank you so much for being here. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video.